Not a pick six, but a pick four this week as we are in the divisional round, the Elite Eight of the NFL playoffs. Dan Hellie, MJD, and it is our pick four presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Let's start on Saturday, MJD. You ready?
I love it.
Your Rams take it on the Packers. You'll be calling that game. Number one scoring D against the number one scoring O. I know normally the D comes out on top. I think the secret sauce in this one for me is going to be that three-headed monster at running back. Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, A.J. Dillon. Obviously, you have Aaron Rodgers, but I think that's going to be the difference, and I'm taking the Packers in a tight one, 27-24.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Rams. I just think the Rams match up well with every opponent in the NFC. You have Jalen Ramsey who can cover Devontae Adams. You're talking about a defense that can rush the quarterback with 4 and get to him, as well as stop the run with 5 and 4 as well. I just think the Rams right now are playing lights out on defense, held Russell Wilson to 11 completions in a ball game. You're talking about Russell Wilson? Let Russ cook? 11 completions? That's like making chicken noodle soup. So
yeah, he wasn't cooking
I think
much.
he just probably put a couple noodles in the microwave and let it rock for 2 minutes. But listen, I think the Rams have what they take. As long as they don't turn the ball over on offense, I think the Rams win this one. I got the Rams winning.
I did not trust Jared Goff in that game. We will see. All right, Ravens are the 5 seed taking on the Bills, the 2 seed. That's on NBC, 8:15. Game of the weekend.
Yes.
Lamar's never played in the snow. I don't think that's going to really matter for him. 40% chance of snow. Baltimore's won 6 in a row by an average of 17 points. Buffalo's won 7 in a row. It would be 10 without that Hail Mary.
Right.
Here's the difference to me. Josh Allen. We saw it last week just before halftime. That pretty throw down the sideline to Gabriel Davis. Then he was rolling out to his left, threw the bullet to Davis, and then he ran 16 and then ran 5 yards. He is the full package, and he's going to be the difference to me in this one because he can run, not quite like Lamar, but he can run, and I think he's just a better thrower of the football right now. I know you're going to talk about matchups, and you don't like this matchup.
I don't like this matchup for the Buffalo Bills. I think this is the matchup they didn't want to see. They played last year. Lamar Jackson took the game over and went crazy. Now, they didn't have Stephon Diggs, but I think the Baltimore defense is built to play teams that like to throw the ball. They like to get to the quarterback. They like to blitz. They have corners who can cover on the back end. As strong as Josh Allen is, he's going to need to be because the guys going to be hanging all over him. And then to be honest with you, the Buffalo Bills defense, their rush defense scares me because they allow teams to run all over them. We saw the Colts do it. We saw other teams throughout their season do it. The difference is this team that can run the ball, they can put up points quickly. They play a power run game, and their defense can keep them in the game. And they're an opportunistic defense where they get turned. They get a lot of interceptions too. They like to jump routes and they study tape and they get picks. We saw that with Marcus Peters as well against the Titans. I have the Ravens winning this one. It just seemed like a better matchup for the Ravens.
All right, I'm going 21-17 Bills in this. Remember, the Ravens at one point were 6-5, and they might be the hottest team in the football, not named the Buffalo Bills right now. All right, Sunday. Browns at Kansas City. Kevin Stefanski on track to return to the building on Thursday. We're taping this right now on Wednesday. The Browns had one full practice all of last week. They've already had one full practice, so they're ahead of the curve. But here's the problem. They're playing the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City.
Is that a problem, though?
It is a problem. Okay. And I'll tell you why it's a problem. Because Kansas City is well rested. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Maybe too much rest.
Maybe. It's going to be 20 days by the time they get out there on the field for a lot of their starters in terms of the last game action they saw. They played a lot of close games. They're a 10-point favorite in this game, and they haven't won a game by more than 6 since week 8, and that was the Jets. Throw all of that out. Throw the baby out with the bathwater. This is the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Cleveland, it's been a great run, but it's over. Let's start thinking about next year.
You're so disrespectful. I'll say this about the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to pick the Chiefs, but let me say this. If they jump up, and let's remember, Kansas City last year was given 24-point leads and 10-point leads and all that, and then they're coming back. If you give Cleveland a 14 to 20-point lead, the game is over because they run the ball. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, revenge. Kareem Hunt revenge game is in play here too. This is the one thing I'll say. Patrick Mahomes, because of rust, you need to come out and you had to have success early. You need to connect on your first couple passes because the last couple times you played, when you don't connect on your first couple passes, all of a sudden you start to struggle a little bit against the Falcons. You struggled, and then you made like a good, late game, late drive, late first half drive to score points. You can't do that against the Cleveland Brown team because they can run the ball, and Baker's playing really well right now. I'm going to pick the Chiefs because of Patrick Mahomes. I don't pick against them. I haven't picked against them all year, but. Don't be surprised if it's a closer game than what people think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close too. I mean, closer than expected, 28-21 in case I didn't say that earlier. All right, Bucs taking on New Orleans. It's all about the quarterbacks, the oldest matchup ever. Breeze and Brady are 1 and 2 in career passing yards, passing touchdowns, game-winning drives. Here's the deal. It's not that hard to beat one team 3 times in one season.
It sure ain't.
As a matter of fact, it happens more often than not. Since the merger, a team that has swept a season series is 14-7 when he sees that team again in the postseason. And here's the thing. I'm just not buying the Bucs, man. They're 1-4 against teams with a winning record. I feel like the Saints are starting to peak. They're getting healthier. Breeze is getting a little bit better after he sat out for a while with that injury. Michael Thomas, fully healthy.
Yeah.
Yes, Latavius Murray a little bit banged up, but as you brought up earlier in the pod, Alvin Kamara is feeling pretty well.
Listen, he rushed for 6 touchdowns, okay? That's all you need to talk about on Christmas Day. To me, again, this just comes down to matchups. The Saints are just they just match up better against the Bucs. It has nothing to, since week 1, they did it. And then when they came back and blew them out in Tampa Bay, they did it. So to me, it's a matchup issue for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, Tom Brady, 5 interceptions against the Saints this year, 7 against everybody else in the other 14 games. So I think we are in lockstep there, both going with the Saints. 30-24 is the final. That is your DraftKings pick 4 on this divisional playoff weekend. Have a great week.